What makes a good player? A good player is somebody who can read his team's move and understands which mistakes his team is about to do, and he is doing everything to compensate these mistakes. And this game will show you how I did it in this game, so you can understand that I do certain moves I wouldn't do if my team had played better. But I had to do them in order to try to win this game and carry the team over. So let's talk you through about the strategic approach to this game. Today I'm in the Loyang. The Loyang has a 5 kilometer sonar, which is important to know because with a 5 kilometer sonar, my first approach is enter the cap, sit like a spider in the net in the middle, smoke up, put up the sonar, and wait for incoming destroyers. In this game, we have a SOMAS, we have an Akatsuki, and I can't recall the third one. But as you can see right now, we spotted the radar cruiser 12 kilometer out. Radar is around 11 kilometer. So now we have the Akatsuki. We're smoking up, and what we want to do with 5 kilometer sonar, we want to stay a good part inside 4.5, 4.6 of the spotting range before we sit and smoke. So now we are at 4.6, and you see we sonar Akatsuki, and there's nothing he can do because he cannot get out of my sonar. And I'm sitting in my smoke, my team is assisting a little bit. So we're just killing this poor guy because he entered my little spider web here. So this is really something everybody can do. There's nothing special. If you know about your ship and if you know about the enemies, that's no big deal. Then you need to be attentive. The SOMAS is here, and I saw the SOMAS already on the minimap. As you can see how I turned into the direction. The SOMAS was visible on the minimap around 20 seconds ago. So I was just waiting for the Akatsuki to finish, and since my sonar is still running, I'm trying to shoot and highlight the SOMAS with my sonar, but unfortunately there's no friendly ship able to shoot because the cruiser in the middle and the battleship, they don't pay any attention. They are too much focused on B. And talk about the game situation in A and in C and B. The red team has moved 4 or 5 ships over to this cap. My 2 ships are sitting in the back. There's not much we can do here. And the B cap, we have 4 or 5 ships. I think we have 5 ships against 3 enemy ships. And now I'm trying to get around, and I'm thinking I can approach the SOMAS myself, but that would probably be a very close one. If somebody of the enemy team shoots at me, the SOMAS will win. So I would need some fire support, and that's why I'm reluctant to approach the SOMAS at this stage. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to get around and moving out, but not without dropping a set of 5 torpedoes here with 7.8 kilometer range. So in case the SOMAS is doing a left turn, he might catch up one. But I expect him to do a right turn and prepare for the cap into C. So I'm moving out, and I'm moving into direction of B, because as you can see on the minimap now, my 4 camper guys, including destroyers or even 5 ships, are camping north of B and allowing the 3 red ships to get the B cap, and this is a disaster. So analyzing the minimap, we will lose the C cap, but for now the 2 blue ships hold them off quite nicely, and this is the best what we can do. But I need to bring to help my 5 ships, the blue ships here, to win the fight against the 3. Because if we don't win this fight and we don't bring our 5 blue ships into the battle, we're going to lose this battle. And I don't know what keeps them. 5 versus 3, you have to push, and that's ridiculous they don't push. So I need to enter here and help them. And I'm not opening up fire, even though I could get the kill here. But I don't want to tell the destroyer in the cap that I'm about to arrive. And this is the Terrible, because the SOMAS was on my end. So as you can see, the Terrible is left, and yeah, Terrible doesn't have smoke. So I prepare for a gunfight, and my turrets turn pretty quick. I try to get my team into the cap, try to make them understand that they need to come into the cap. So now we spot the Terrible, we open fire because we know the back turrets turn pretty fast. And then we keep shooting, keep shooting, keep shooting, and we keep moving because the Terrible is a fast DD, but he can't talk me, and it's pretty hard for him to outgun me if his turrets aren't immediately pointing at me. And I think this player wasn't ready to be approached by me. So now the situation changed. We got the destroyer, and we still have the 4 ships left against 1 Zeton. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, we are in a rush here, and I can help kill the Zeton, and probably might have saved the cruiser, which is soon gonna die. But if you look at 4 ships against the Zeton, I think, okay, I need to get this cap, and then I go to the B cap and try to get the B cap. Because in the end, it will be all about points, and if we don't get the caps, we're gonna lose that. And the longer we keep the points on equal level, the longer I can stay alive, the more I can carry the team, because I don't have big hopes for these 4 guys here. They are very reluctant to move on against 1 single ship. That's a disaster. So you have to deal with 4 people having no clue of the game and just camping behind an island. They don't watch the clock, they don't watch the points, they don't understand what's going on in this game. So I'm going around and I'm firing up my sonar now because I don't want any surprise. I'm located, as you can see. I don't want any surprise from the SOMAs. So I'm spotting the Iowa and waiting for something else. I'm preparing myself to smoke up in case I run into the SOMAs. And at the same time, the Iowa is coming towards me, so I'm preparing myself to torp the Iowa and trying to get into C cap. So now we have to analyze which way will the Iowa move. Will he turn in, nose into my team, which makes sense. So I think this is quite a good course. And then we have the Raider cruiser popping up. So my plan to get the cap is gone. And then we have the SOMAS torps, and we have to move out, especially when the Raider is hit. And we expect the Iowa to move back. We put some torpedoes on the Raider cruiser in case he turns back in. So trying to get some lucky torpedo hits and maybe trigger a flood on the Iowa later on. So we avoid the torpedoes, and since the Raider is gone, we can smoke up safely for a few seconds and get some salvos on the Iowa. So this is what we're doing now. We're slowing down, we're smoking up, we're trying to ignite some fire, because if we hit a torpedo, he's probably going to use damage con, and 10 seconds later we try to get the fire to burn him down. In terms of ship, we are quite okay. We are doing okay. In terms of points, we are doing okay. But my team positioning is pretty bad, and there's not much help back there. And so I'm trying to do my best to hold them off. But I plan to go into the cap again to sneak behind the island. And yes, I want to torp the Iowa again, because for sure it should be a flooding. And he probably does not expect another set of torps. And also the cruiser is coming, so I need to get away from the Raider. I think it will be another minute until the Raider is ready, but still we have to move out behind an island, so we must not allow him to shoot at us. Still, we don't know where the SOMAS is. We're still located, so we expect the SOMAS to pop up somewhere. We need to get the SOMAS off the board. We see another battleship approaching A-cap, so this is our next target. We're trying to get down the Iowa, and then we need to stop that battleship trying to get the A-cap, because there's only a cruiser north of us running away, and the cruiser probably can't do too much if he's not a very skilled player. And so chances are the battleship will get the A-cap, so I need to avoid that. And as you can see now, we get the hits on the Iowa, and we sink the Iowa, which is very good. I leave the Ochakov for my teammates, and I'm moving out. And as you can see, we're spotting the SOMAS with our 5.0 spotting range. So I'm putting myself into position, turning out, so giving low profile and being ready to get 2 or 3 shots out on him and highlighting him for my team. You can see he smokes up, so he prepares himself to sit there. I'm getting 2, 3 shots out and move behind the island so he can't hit me anymore. And then behind the island, that's a new game. He doesn't have visual on me. My 5-kilometer concealment will outspot him again. But Sommers decides to sit in smoke, which we will soon understand. So my plan continues. We need to get down this battleship. Because if he would be able to get the cap and with so much time left on the clock, they could still get the win here. So it's essential we get down the battleship, and probably the battleship doesn't expect me here. So I'm rushing the battleship, make a sharp left turn, and dropping my torps on the battleship and giving him no reason to expect torps his way. And then we're gonna fight the Sommers because again we need to bring down the Sommers. Otherwise he will do the same to our battleships, and we can't allow this. So we got off the torps, we do the left turn, we make sure the battleship doesn't spot us, and we have some assistance from the Akatsuki who torps the smoke, forcing the Sommers out of the smoke. And this enables us to get a visual on him before he gets a visual on us. And I'm highlighting the smoke again for my team so they understand where I will attack and where I expect the destroyer. I'm turning right because the guns of the battleship probably facing different direction, and lucky for me the battleship just goes down in the moment when the Sommers get spotted. The Akatsuki helps, the Sommer fires at me, we're giving smaller silhouette, we're turning out, and later on we slowing down, so we're pushing the brakes. And yeah, finally the Sommers will get the kill shot on me, but I will get the kill shot on the Sommers, and then it's 5 versus 1, and we can relax, and the team will carry the game home. We are going to win by points, and this is exactly what I was expecting. So carry the win home. So having said that, this was the game. And the lesson for this is, in a standard game, I would have stayed around C, would have fought C, waited for my team to capture B, going down C and get some assistance from the back. But I understood from the minimap that my team wasn't pushing, that they were hanging back, they were too much afraid of doing anything. So I needed to shoot the enemies out of the way so they can move forward. Finally, they did a little move, but you can see how they're positioned right now. So they're still in more or less the same position where they started. So message of this video is you have a good influence on the game if you are able to understand which mistakes your team is going to make, and if you are ready to jump into the hole which they leave, and then you can compensate for their mistakes and carry the team home. If you're unable to read the minimap to analyze the situation, your own, the red team situation, the blue team situation, then you're probably not going to do that. But if you can constantly analyze the minimap, the moves, and make some assumptions what might happen, you can take the right decisions and yeah, carry the team. So I hope you enjoyed the game. Thank you for watching, and I hope you got some nice ideas of how you could do it. And yeah, see you soon and see you out there. Thank you. Bye-bye. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye-bye. Ciao.